Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to everyone. Myself Mohammad Zainul Abidin and I am really excited to share a certification I recently completed from UniAthena called Basis of Project Management and Project Selection Methods. In the next 30 minutes I will walk you through two main things: the concept of how projects are managed effectively and the strategic tools and techniques used to select the right project in an organization. Whether you are completely new to project management or just looking to refresh your knowledge, I hope this session gives you some hopeful insights and practical takes away. So let's get started and dive into the structured world of project execution. So let's begin by giving you a brief overview of course. This certification I completed is titled Basis of Project Management and Project Selection Methods and was offered by UniAthena, a flexible learning platform well regarded for its high quality short courses and micro credentials. The course spanned approximately 14 hours combining video lecture, structured reading and interactive assessments. What makes this certificate particularly valuable is its affiliation with Cambridge International Qualifications UK. This global recognition not only enhances the course's credibility but also ensures that it meets international learning standards. Overall, the course was concise, well structured, and globally recognized, making it a meaningful addition to my academic professional profile. This slide outlines the main learning objectives of course. Understanding project management fundamentals. We begin by exploring what makes a project unique, the stages of project life cycle, and the critical role of project manager is driving success. Planning and control tools. The course introduced key tools for managing tools, resources, and budgets, helping ensure that projects remain on track and deliver as promised. Risk management and stakeholder engagement. We learned how easily risk identification prevents future issues and how proper stakeholders engagement keeps everyone aligned and committed to the project's goal. Project selection models. Finally, we explore techniques to evaluate and prioritize projects based on value, risk, strategic alignment, enabling organizations to invest in the most impactful initiatives. Together, these objectives provide a solid practical foundation in practical management and project selection methods. What is a project? A project, by definition, is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. Let's break this down. Temporary means that a project has a clear start and finish. It is not meant to run indefinitely and it exists to achieve specific goals within a defined timeline. Unique means that every project delivers something new or distinctive, whether it is a product, service, or result, something that brings change or innovation to an organization. For example, launching a mobile app, constructing a building, or implementing a new business process. All are considered projects because they have clear objectives, a limited duration, and unique outcomes. In short, it is time-bounded nature, unique deliverables, and clear purpose that set projects apart from routine, day-to-day operations. Project management phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closure. Let's explain all these in detail. Every project, regardless of its size or type, progresses through 5 key phases, together known as project life cycles, that I tell you before. Initiation, This is where project begins. The idea is evaluated, its feasibility is assessed, and formal approval is given to proceed. This phase lies the foundation for project. And second phase is planning. Perhaps the most critical phase, detailed plans are created covering scopes, schedule, budget, resources, risk, and communication. It clearly defines how the project will be executed and controlled. Next phase is execution. This is where the actual work happens. Teams carry out the task according to the plans and project deliverables begin to take shape. After that phase, monitoring and control. Running in parallel with execution, this phase ensures that the project stays on track, progress is measured, and if deviations occur, corrective actions are taken. After that, last phase, closure. The final phase where the project is completed and finalized. Deliverables are handed over, contracts are closed, and lessons learned are documented for future projects. Together, these 5 phases provide a structured approach that minimizes risks, ensures accountability, and maximizes project success. Project manager role. A project manager plays a critical role in ensuring that success of any project with responsibilities that span several key areas: scope management, team leadership, risk assessment, communication, time and budget control. These all are roles of a project manager. Let's break them down in detail. So, scope management. The project manager ensures the team works only on what is required, nothing more, nothing less. This prevents scope creep, which can cause delays and cost overruns. Team leadership. A successful project manager motivates, guides, and supports the team, assigns roles effectively, resolves conflicts, and keep everyone aligned with the project's objective. After that comes risk management. It has unique significance. So, project manager identifies potential issues early and planning mitigation strategies. Great project managers are proactive, not reactive, in handling risk and uncertainties. Yet they take action early for potential issues. After that comes communication. Clear communication is vital. Updating stakeholders, sharing progress with the team, and resolving misunderstandings all contribute to soft project execution. Another role for project manager is time and budget control. The project manager monitors schedules and costs to ensure the project is completed on time, within budget, and deliver maximum value. In essence, the project manager is glue that hold everything together, balancing technical execution with leadership and strategic decision making. Another interesting topic we learn in this course is project planning tools that are Gantt chart, work breakdown structure, critical path method, and resource metric. To manage a project efficiently, project managers rely on a variety of planning tools that help visualize, organize, and execute tasks in a structured way. Let's look at 4 key tools. Gantt chart, one of the most widely used project management tools. The Gantt chart displays the project timeline, with the tasks shown as horizontal bars representing their start and end dates. It makes it easy to visualize dependencies and track progress at a glance. Another tool is work breakdown structure. The VBS breaks the entire project into smaller manageable tasks or components, helping team focus on specific deliverables. This structure simplifies planning, improves accountability, and ensure efficient execution. Third tool is critical path method. CPM is a scheduling technique that identifies the longest path of dependent activities in a project. This is crucial because any delay along the critical path directly impacts the project completion date. It helps project manager prioritize tasks and allocate resources to prevent bottlenecks. Last resource matrix. The tool matches tasks with the required resources, whether people, equipment, or budget. It ensures that every task is properly spotted and prevents over allocation or conflicts among resources. Together, these tools form the backbone of effective planning and execution, helping project managers manage time, resources, and scope with confidence. Monitoring and controlling. It consists of four things: key performance indicators, project audits, progress reports, and issue tracking. Once a project is in a motion, it's not enough to simply hope things go as planned. Continuous monitoring is essential to ensure everything stays on track. That's where project managing monitoring tools come into play. First, we have key performance indicators or KPIs. These are measurable values that indicate how effectively the project is achieving its objectives. KPI could include budget adherences, milestone completion, resource utilization, or customer satisfaction. They serve as benchmarks for success. Next, we use project audits. They are formal reviews conducted at different stages of the project to evaluate whether processes are being followed or whether the project aligns with the defined goals and standards. Audits help identify gaps and drive improvements. Progress reports are also a key part of monitoring. They are usually shared with stakeholders on a regular basis and summarize what has been achieved, what's pending, and any issue faced. Progress reports help maintain transparency and foster accountability. Lastly, we have issue tracking systems, which allow teams to document, prioritize, and resolve problems as they arise, whether it's a delay, a technical bug, or a resource conflict. Tracking these issues ensure that they don't slip through the cracks. Together, these tools creates a clear picture of project health and allow proactive decision making to keep everything running smoothly. So let's talk about risk management. Risk is an unavoidable part of any project. It's always there. But what sets successful projects apart is how well these risks are identified, analyzed, and managed. That's where the discipline of risk management comes in. The first step is to identify potential risks. These could be anything from budget overruns, resource shortage, supply chain issues, to even natural disasters or regulatory changes. The goal here is to think ahead and list all possible uncertainties that could impact the project. Once identified, we use a tool called risk matrix. It helps us assess each risk based on its likelihood and impact. Risks are then categorized as low, medium, or high. This gives us a visual and strategic way to prioritize which risks need the most attention. After that, we develop mitigation strategies. This means deciding what steps we will take to reduce the chance of risk occurring or to minimize its impact if it does. For example, if suppliers delay is a risk, a mitigation plan might include identifying alternative vendors in advance. But risk management isn't a one-time step. It continues throughout the project through risk monitoring. This involves reviewing the status of identified risk and watching out for any new one that may emerge along the way. In short, risk management is like insurance for your project. It does not eliminate uncertainty, but it prepares you to handle it with confidence and control. Project documentation. Proper documentation is the backbone of successful project. It ensures clarity, accountability, and alignment among all stakeholders. Let's talk about four essential project documents that every project manager should be familiar with. Project charter, business case, risk register, and project plan. Let's discuss them in detail. The first is the project charter. This is high-level document that formally authorizes the project. It outlines the project purposes, objectives, key stakeholders, and authority of project manager. Think of it as the official green signal for a project to begin. Next, we have the business case. This document provides the justification for the project, like why it's being done, by what problem it solves, what benefits it will deliver. Often include cost-benefit analysis and aligns the project with strategic goals. If charter answers what project is, the business case answers why we are doing it. Then comes the risk register. This is a living document that lists all identified risks along with their assessments, response plans, and status. It's a crucial tool for tracking uncertainties throughout the project lifecycle and ensuring risk management is an ongoing progress. And finally, the project plan. This is the most detailed of all. It includes scope, schedule, budget, communication strategies, resource allocations, and more. It serves as a roadmap for how the project will be executed, monitored, and closed. Together, these documents not only guide the project but also serves us as a communication bridge between the team, stakeholders, and management. Next thing we learned from this course is stakeholder management. Managing stakeholders effectively is one of the most critical success factors in any project. Stakeholders are individuals or groups who are affected by the project or who can affect the project's outcome. They can include clients, team members, sponsors, suppliers, or even the general public. The first step is to identify all stakeholders. This includes internal and external parties. It's important not to overlook anyone who might have a role or be impacted directly or indirectly. Once identified, we need to analyze their influence and interest. Some stakeholders have high power and high interest, like sponsors or top management. Others may have high interest but low power, such as end users. We often use tools like stakeholder matrix to categorize them and determine the best way to manage their expectation. And finally, last thing, we focus on how to engage and communicate effectively. This means understanding their needs, keep them informed, involving them in decision making when necessary, and handling concerns or resistance professionally. Stake management isn't just sending updates. It's about building trust, encouraging collaboration, ensuring everyone is moving in the same direction, work as a team, keep everyone along with you. A well-managed stakeholder can become a strong advocate for the project, while a neglected one can become a major obstacle. It can cause defects or may be objects or obstacles in the progress of our project. Before we start any project, we have to make a critical decision. Is this project worth doing? That's where project selection methods come into play. These tools help organizations evaluate multiple tools, options, and choose one that offers the best value and align with the strategic goals. One of the most common techniques is cost-benefit analysis. This involves comparing the estimated cost of project with expected benefits. If benefits out if benefits outweigh the cost, the project is considered viable. It's a simple yet powerful tool to support financial decision making. Another method is scoring model. Here different project options are scored based on various criteria such as return on investment, risk level and strategic importance. Each factor can be weighted based on its priority. The project with the highest total score is usually selected. We also have a payback period method. This calculates how long it will take to recover the initial investment. For example, if a project cost 1 million rupee and saved 2.5 million rupees annually, the payback period is 4 years. While this method is easy to use, it does not account for long-term value or profitability beyond the payback time. Lastly, but not least, strategic alignment is a non-financial but equally important criteria. A project must align with the organization's vision, mission, and long-term goals. Even if the numbers look good, if a project does support the company's direction, it might not be the right choice. This method helps ensure that limited resources are invested in the right projects, those that offer the best return, low risk, and strongest strategic fits, and also helps build reputation of companies for long term to take other projects as well, to win the trust of stakeholders, publics or government, which can help them to which help organization to take more projects in the future. Look at a simple case study that illustrates the practical application of project management and selection methods. The project in focus is an IT infrastructure upgrade. The organization was facing a major challenge. Its systems were outdated, slow, and increasingly vulnerable to security threats. These inefficiencies were affecting productivity and putting sensitive data at risk. After evaluating the situation through proper stakeholder analysis and business case development, the team explored different options. They used methods like cost-benefit analysis and strategic alignment to assess what solution would bring the best result without overloading the budget. The chosen solution was a hybrid cloud model, a combination of on-premises infrastructure and cloud services. This approach offered the flexibility of cloud computing while maintaining control over critical systems internally. It also allowed for scalability, data redundancy, and better disaster recovery planning. By applying core project management principles like planning, risk analysis, stakeholder engagement, and careful monitoring, the organization was able to modernize its infrastructure efficiency. The result: reduced downtime, improved system performance, and enhanced security. This case highlights how effective project selection and structured execution can solve real-world business problems and drive meaningful transformations. Building on previous case study, let's now focus on how the project was selected and executed and what outcomes were achieved. To begin with, the team applied scoring models, feasibility analysis, and to evaluate multiple upgrade options. Factors such as cost, scalability, implementation time, and risk decision making. This helped eliminate guesswork and focus on data-driven decision making. Using these methods, they selected the most optimal project, the hybrid cloud model we discussed earlier. It wasn't just the cheapest, fastest, or fastest. It was the one that best aligned with the business goals while offering long-term sustainability. Once the project was approved, it was managed through complete project management lifecycle. This include initiation, detailed planning, phased execution, continuous monitoring, and formal closure. Key documents like the project plan, risk register, and stakeholder matrix were used throughout. The result: improved productivity across departments, faster data access, better security, and fewer system outages. Employees could focus on their work instead of dealing with systems lags or failures. The project also received positive feedback from leadership and IT teams alike. This example shows how strategic project selection and disciplined execution lead to tangible business benefits, not just in theory, but in practical life, in real life. So let's just talk about the skills I acquired after learning this course. This certification did not just give me theoretical knowledge, it helped me build practically real world skills that I can apply in any professional setting. Like I am hired by Ishar Engineering for planning department. So in this course gave me a major boost to kickstart my professional life. First, I learned to approach projects with a life cycle mindset, understanding how to initiate, plan, execute, monitor, and close a project in a structured step-by-step way. This approach reduces chaos and building confidence in handling even complex projects. I also gained hands-on knowledge in planning and scheduling, including using tools like Gantt charts, work breakdown structures, and critical path methods. These techniques allow me to break large projects into manageable parts and allocate time and resource efficiently. Another key area was risk handling. I can now confidently identify, assess, and create mitigation plans for project risk using risk registers and risk metrics. This helps prevent surprises and ensures smoother execution. And perhaps most importantly, I developed decision-making skills in project selection using models like cost-benefit analysis, scoring method, and strategic alignment tools. I can now evaluate multiple projects like ideas and recommend the one that delivers the best value to the organization. These skills are transferable across industries and they have already boosted the way I think, plan, and contribute in team environment. Tools learned. One of the most valuable parts of this certification was gaining exposure to professional project management tools that are used in real industry scenarios. Let's start with the Gantt chart. This is a visual tool that helps schedule and track project tasks over time. It shows start and end dates, task durations, dependencies, and progress, all in one easy to read timeline. It's especially helpful for keeping everyone aligned on deadlines. Then we have the work breakdown structure or VBS. This tool breaks down a large project into smaller manageable components It helps in assigning tasks, estimating resources, and understanding the full scope of project. With VBS, even the most complex projects become easier to handle. I also learned to use the risk matrix. This is used to evaluate potential risks based on their likelihood and impact. By placing risk in the matrix, we can prioritize which one needs immediate attention and which one can be monitored over time. The scoring matrix was another key tool. It allowed us to evaluate projects' opinions based on multiple weighted criteria. This made project selection more objective and less biased, especially when dealing with multiple stakeholders or competing priorities. And lastly, I worked the stakeholder chart. This chart helped in mapping out all individuals and groups affected by the project based on their level of interest and influence. It's essential for building a communication plan and ensuring that no key stakeholder is left out. This These tools not only improve project success but also demonstrate professionalism and strategic thinking in workplace. Learning outcomes. As I reflect on this journey, there are some key takeaways from the certification that I believe are truly worth highlighting. First is a clear and structured understanding of the project lifecycle, from initiation to closure. I now know how to each phase contributes to overall project success. This structure makes managing even the most complex tasks more manageable and predictable. Secondly, this course has sharpened my problem-solving skills through real-life case studies and decision-making models. I learned how to break down issues, evaluate options, and choose the most efficient path forward, even under pressure. I also developed a strong analytical approach, whether it's evaluating risk through a matrix, choosing a project through scoring models, or interpreting progress through KPIs. I can now use data to make smart, informed decisions rather than relying on guesswork. And finally, this certificate carries real credibility, being affiliated with Cambridge International Qualifications and delivered by UniAthena. It demonstrates that I have received quality training aligned with international standards. These takeaways don't just add to my resume, they strengthen my mindset, my decision making, and my impact in any team I join. Course certification. The course is blockchain verified, which means its authenticity can easily validated online, adding credibility wherever I present it. It was offered in partnership with Cambridge International Qualification UK, giving it a strong international affiliation. And finally, the certification holds global recognition, means it's a valuable credential for both academic and professional purposes. Overall, this makes the certification not just a learning achievement but also a trusted and internationally recognized qualification. Future applications. As I move forward in my career, especially in engineering and technical fields, I see several ways in which this certification will add value and help me stand out. First, I plan to apply these principles directly into engineering projects, whether it's designing systems, managing installations, or coordinating upgrades. Project management fundamentals like scheduling, risk assessment, and resource planning are absolutely essential. They ensure projects are completed on time, within scope, and under budget. Secondly, I will be able to enhance the quality of project documentation. Using tools like Gantt charts, risk registers, stakeholders matrix, I can prefer clear, structured, and professional documentation. This helps teams stay organized and improve communication across departments. Lastly, this certification gives me the confidence to lead cross-functional teams. Managing teams from different disciplines requires not just technical knowledge but also leadership, communication, strategic decision making. Now I am better equipped to coordinate effort, resolve conflicts, and keep everyone aligned with project goals. In short, this course has not just been a learning experience, it's a launchpad for real professional growth. So, in the end, thank you for listening. I hope this session gives you some useful insights into project management and project selection methods. I will be glad to answer any question you may have, or else we are ending it here. Thank you.